everyone. This is Ryan Street here with Austin Underground. Tonight I am here with White Label Analog at the debut tour and the debut party of their first album, In Case You Just Tuned In. So, big night for y'all. How are y'all feeling?
Good. Pretty good about it.
Pretty good?
Good.
Right on.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, any excitement? Where are y'all looking forward to the most going on this tour?
Well, we've been working on this record for quite some time, so it's it's really cool to finally have the opportunity to release it and kind of celebrate that release with this show tonight. So
Absolutely.
Really looking forward to it.
Sounds great. So, this being your first debut album, what kind of concepts, ideas, and sounds are y'all working with? What can a listener expect to hear with this?
James?
Yeah, I think conceptually we were kind of going for, so the title is in case you just tuned in, kind of a shout out to, if you haven't heard us before, it's not too late to kind of get on board. We did release an EP before this, just for some local folks essentially, but we're doing this as a nationwide release. And I'd say a lot of, I think we feel like there's kind of a gap right now in music where you've got a lot of like indie alternative pop stuff, but it doesn't have a lot of rock element to it, and then you've got a lot heavier stuff. And I feel like some folks want a little rock with their pop.
Absolutely.
So we feel like we're going to try to fill that gap a little.
You want to bridge the divide, essentially. Right. Sounds great. So y'all have this really infectious, energetic tone with your music. So where did y'all draw inspiration from this album, from life or different acts that y'all have been influenced by?
Well, I mean, both James and I have both kind of contributed the majority of the lyrics to the album. Most of it is kind of about personal experience,
right?
Kind of growth or experiences that we've had in our lives, and so that's kind of what is. I don't want to say is the easy thing to draw upon, but it's that's where a lot of this stuff comes from within is. Getting it out from those experiences. So, and James probably can elaborate.
Yeah, I think a lot of it for me was kind of still going into that gap kind of territory, kind of that Holden Caulfield-esque, like, not a kid anymore, but not really, feeling
Quite
like a mature adult. Yeah,
right.
Just kind of, figuring your stuff out in that time period. And I feel like I went through that a couple years ago, moving from Pennsylvania down to Austin to pursue music and kind of, learned some hard lessons along the way, and they kind of came out in a lot of the lyrics that are in this album.
Right on. Well, here you are now. So, you guys had the opportunity to work with Mark Needham, Grammy-winning music producer. How was your experience working with him?
Well, I mean, he kind of took the point on working with him in terms of our communication. So he's probably the best person to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, Mark was super easy, super pro, just a really good, solid guy. Very on top of everything. He's really got his finger very much on the pulse of what's going on, what's cool, and it's amazing for a guy like him that's had this long career that's still so in touch with the modern style and what's going on. And
Absolutely.
So we pretty much just let him do his thing and put his touches on it. We put in our little thoughts here and there to help define it and articulate our ideas a little bit better. But for the most part, we just kind of let him do what he thought best fit the songs and kind of met the vibe of what we were going for.
That's great. And y'all are releasing this album independently, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Right on. So out of this new album that y'all have recorded, what is your favorite song to play live, and what are you looking forward to the most to play live?
We'll find out tonight.
That'll be the night, yeah.
I mean, some of these songs we haven't played live, so.
Right.
Oh, right.
Yeah, some of these we're playing in front of an audience live for the first time, so it's kind of extra special because some of them we've been playing in sets for the last few months, but there's a few. We've got some surprises for folks tonight.
That's great.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Anything off the EP? Any favorites of y'all's?
I mean, I know we usually like to open with Men Like Gods. We're not doing that tonight, but that's a really fun, energetic song to play. We've got Turn to Dust in the set. That's actually on this album. We had released it on the EP earlier, but that was prior to having it remixed by Mark Needham. So once we remixed it, we thought, well, let's go ahead and include it on the album. So the album is essentially 9 original songs, a cover song, and kind of a remixed song from our previous EP. But I think everybody probably has their own favorite song that they like to play.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And final question for y'all tonight. What is the best show y'all have ever played?
Spring, Texas.
That's my
Not a good
hometown.
show.
Where did y'all play in spring?
Well, we were probably
The
better not.
19th hole?
We better
No
not.
way.
That was like you seen
Yeah.
Blues Brothers
Yeah.
with like the chicken wire fence.
Yeah. I'm familiar with the 19th
Yeah.
hole.
I don't know. Some of our favorite shows, really, to be honest, have been at Stubbs.
Yeah, Stubbs,
We've had
right.
some really phenomenal shows at Stubbs, and that's why. So we did our EP release here, and that's kind of why we came back. The folks at C3 have been really gracious towards us, and so we're just stoked to be back here because people like to see us here because obviously the production value is good, and so we're just we like playing here. And I think probably our best shows have been here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for having this interview with us. Best of luck on your tour. Appreciate it so much.